Yeah. Up in the building. Yeah, we lighting up the scene. Crypto gems on radar, chasing every dream. Do your own research, that's the golden theme. We bring the facts, no cap, we keep it clean. Scrolling through the charts, got my eyes on the rise. Vibra got the info, got me feeling so wise. No hype, just the truth, yeah, we cutting through lies. Sharpen knowledge on the daily, watch the profits multiply. From Bitcoin to the altcoins, we digging for gold. Community so strong, never do what you're told. Dior, that's the motto, let the story unfold. We ain't selling you a dream, just the facts to behold. Vibra finance, shining in the night. Crypto gems, yeah, we find them right. Do your research, keep the future bright. Vibra got your back, we ignite your flight. No pump and dump, just the realest advice. We break it all down, make it simple and nice. Every tip, every trick, got you rolling the dice. But with knowledge in your pocket, you can win every price. Vibra finance, shining in the night. Crypto gems, yeah, we find them right. Do your research, keep your future bright. Vibra got your back, we ignite your flight. So when you're lost in the crypto sea, Vibra's the light, come vibe with me. Stay smart, stay sharp, and you'll always see the best gems shine with transparency.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Vibraville. Hope you had a great week. Sunday fun day, and now the real fun begins. Some big announcements, tons of news came out this weekend, yet nothing happened to price. We're starting to move now, which is a good sign. I think it's going to continue all week. So hopefully your bags are packed because we are about to start sending, folks. I really believe it. I really believe we are. You know, there's a flood of liquidity about to come into these markets with the ETFs. That's going to be the biggest game changer for crypto. It's a new market now, all right? The 4-year cycles are dead. They're done with. And it's not going to be until about February, early February, late January, when all the mainstream influencers are freaking out because they can look at their stupid charts and prove the cycles are dead now. Bitcoin is acting completely different than it ever has before. And it just proves Bitcoin's tied to the liquidity cycle. Had nothing to do with the halving. The halving just coincidentally every 4 years was with the finance cycle and the death cycle. And things, guys, have changed. So look at these altcoins. What have I been telling you? Research coin. This is one. I bought more of it in the last week. I think I sold out Poseidon DAO and just put it all into research coin because I just believe in it. It's Brian Armstrong's project. So I don't know how you could fade it. If you ended up catching the bottom down here on November 4th at 20 cents, congrats. You're already up 50%. And we haven't even gotten started. ZBEX moving, Velo's moving, Stronghold, everything. Everything's looking beautiful. And wait, where did TradingView go? Hold on one second. I didn't, there it is. I wanted to pull this up first. Bitcoin on the weekly, when you zoom out, look at how nice that looks. We're just following the same trend. And every time we came down and made a low down here and tapped the previous high, we bounced. So now we came down a little below. You know, you could even use these levels right here. The first peak, we tapped it exactly at 98, 99. And now I think we're going to bounce back up. What are you at right now? Almost 106. Let's look, change this on the 1 hour. See what's crack-a-lacking. Yeah, there we go. So here could be a Bitcoin run now. Now that Come From Beyond has sold out of his Bitcoin, the 400,000 that somehow he magically knew was going to be sold a year before it happened. Well, it's happened. Hey, guys, this is a chart you want to look at right here. Stable coin dominance. I don't know what this line is for here. This is going to tell us when altcoins are going to really pop. We come back down here to 4.7%. I don't know why we're on the 1 hour. Need to be on the weekly to zoom out. There we go. So you kind of see 2024 in March. That was the top. once dominance fell here in like October, when was this? Late October 2023 into early 24 was that massive pump. And then we had a huge dip till like September. And then boom, we ran again till December. Same thing, up, down, up, down. And it looks like we're making lower highs. So I'm expecting this to come down, any day. And once stablecoin dominance, if we come down and break 4%, oh my God. Or if we came down to the lows from 2022, it's going to be exciting. I'm going to keep an eye out on this chart. And hopefully over the next week or two, we're going to start to see this thing. Let's go to the daily. Yeah, look at that. Looks like October 25th. We start pumping up. And now we top. And hopefully we just come down, down, down hard. We want to see this in December at like 4.5%. It should be gravy from there on out. So that should be good. Nothing to worry about. What was ETH at? Oh, wow. ETH's at 36.28. Nice. ETH's making moves. Guys, and ETH too has the power to put in 25, 50% days. Like ETH could be literally at 5,500 by the end of the week, without a doubt. So exciting times ahead, guys. You made it. You survived. And let's get back to breaking news. The Senate has reached a bipartisan deal to end the 40-day government shutdown and extend funding, with a vote expected tonight. The package funds the government through January 30th. Provided, whatever, it doesn't even matter. The breakthrough was brokered by Senator John Thune with White House input. Amends to the House-passed bill into a minibus of 3 full-year appropriations. At least 8 Dems plan to back it, likely clearing the Senate before the House. If passed, the deal will reopen federal operations, secure pay for workers, and avoid another funding crisis. Here we go, guys. And then Trump announces a $2,000 tariff dividend. Most Americans will receive a $2,000 dividend from the tariff revenue and criticize the opposition to his sweeping tariff policies. Not including high-income people will be paid to everyone. The Supreme Court is currently hearing arguments about the legality of the tariffs, and I think they're going to shut it down. And then if they do decide it was unconstitutional or illegal, Trump can pitch it off and say, hey, look how much money we made, and we're going to give it back to the people now. I'm a man of the people. Investors and market analysts celebrated the announcement as economic stimulus that will boost cryptocurrency and other asset prices as portions of stimulus flow into the market, but also warned of the long-term negative effects. 85% of U.S. adults should receive it. If you don't put $2,000 in assets, it's going to be inflated away or just service some interest on debt if sent to banks, said Simon Dixon. Stocks and Bitcoin only know to go higher in response to stimulus. Guys, stocks are a scam. If you look at the stock market, taken away from inflation adjusted, guess what it is? Completely flat. Completely flat for the last 30 years. So people, you made money at the stock market, but you lost it all back to inflation. Ripple reportedly offering to buy 1 billion shares back at a $40 billion valuation. They tried to do it in September. They came up empty-handed. Ripple ran into the lowest participation rate compared to previous tender offer rounds, suggested that those who already hold shares in the promising companies will not let go of them. Bullish AF. Yet its surging valuations highlight how the public market frenzy among crypto companies is continuing. Not only have several companies gone public to the tune of multi-billion valuations, but analysts are expecting bigger booms to follow. Guys, they're expecting $100 billion in demand over the next year for the XRP ETFs. That will shoot the market cap of XRP over $1 trillion. All right? It will be the new Bitcoin next year. Prepare for it. Get out of your Bitcoin, sell it for XRP. It's the best move you can ever make. Why? Because no one else is telling you to do it, first of all. And second of all, I know Ripple and XRP are the chosen ones. I've done the research. I know it. If it was something else, I would be all into that coin. But unfortunately, it's XRP. It is what it is. So if you're holding Bitcoin now and you don't swap it to XRP 1 year from now, I don't want to hear messages or get messages saying, bro, I wish I did that. I wish. Ripple stock today trades at $117 on the private market. We got into it on Link 2 for like 30. Or I think it was $28 the first round in like 2021. Investors are still chasing shares in Kraken, Polymarket, and BitGo, betting they'll replicate Circle's success. So, guys, here comes the IPO rush. We have the ETF rush. All this bullish news is coming. This was funny that regulators must catch up to the new privacy paradigm. Guys, this is all bullshit. Visa and MasterCard have the ability to see everything in crypto. Whatever AI technology they have, they can see all the crypto in all of the wallets, is what I've been told. And I don't think we'd be able to use any of these things if that wasn't the case. So we're all being played here. Don't worry about the shit. Just make money on it for now. And we'll worry about the privacy issues or the CBDC issues or programmable money problems in the future. For now, it doesn't matter. The Ethereum's foundation announcement of the privacy cluster, a cross-team effort focused on privacy, reads, and writes, confidential identities, and ZK proofs, is a sign of philosophical redefinition of what trust, consensus, and truth mean in the digital age. Guys, we need some sort of KYC, registering somewhere, because the scams and the fraud in the space is too much. And if people have to KYC, guess what? They are not going to want to do that. And it just eliminates bad people. And if like Richard Hart hired a company or put together a board of people or something that held the records for the KYCs for his project, like, would that be the end of the world? No. So if someone did something shady, immediately you know who it was. So like, I'm all for that, because people have already shown their hand at what's going to happen if it's really truly decentralized. Everyone just steals and robs from each other. And with AI coming, it's going to get worse and worse and worse. The scams and the sophistication of it. So I don't know. Anthony Scaramucci says, my mom's tax hike will send wealthy New Yorkers fleeing. Well, I'm a New Yorker. Unfortunately, I'm not wealthy, so I don't know what Mondani's he promises to raise taxes by 2% on those earning over $1 million a year. Okay, wow. So you lost $2,000 on $1 million. People will survive. That's not that bad. Tyler Winklevoss said crime and uncertainty will surge when he wins the election, saying Zoomers and millennials will get a refresher of the outcome of Marxism and socialism. He hasn't made any meaningful crypto meaningful component of his agenda. When crypto companies collapse, it isn't the rich who suffer. It's the small investors. He also criticized Cuomo for advising crypto exchange OKX during its SEC probe. So I think this is just clickbait. I mean, this guy's a nightmare, but I don't see what he's doing. What's he gonna do? He's the mayor. Is he gonna raise taxes for New York City? Maybe, but he ain't gonna affect me up here. So, the people are crazy out there. The declines in tech and crypto closed out a turbulent October. So everyone was expecting October. Guess what? We have pump timber coming right now. That's for sure. It's all just fun, guys. The markets were red, but again, all the news is so incredibly bullish. So you got to just laugh at these stupid headlines. Ledger is now considering a New York IPO or fundraise as demand for hardware wallets climbs. Wait a minute. I thought they're trying to scare people into not custodying their assets, but now allegedly hardware wallets are in more demand? Huh, that's weird. That's the opposite of what the mainstream is telling us. The company currently secures about $100 billion worth of Bitcoin for its customers and was last valued at $1.5 billion. Holy jeez. Wow. So Ledger going public. And guys, I was looking at Coinbase. If you have an account there and you have like 100 grand or 200 grand in crypto and you know it's going to go up, you can buy insurance for your account. Like I was just looking, I could buy $1 million, pay for insurance up to $1 million in my account. So the fact that they're doing that now, that makes me think like Coinbase, Gemini, Kraken, they're going to be here for the long run. I don't think they're going to end up going defunct. They're going to work with the government to issue their CBDCs or programmable money. They're going to become banks where you can get debit cards and everything. So I think people are going to ironically start to trust exchanges if it's done. Like I don't hear anybody complain about E-Trade or any of the stock trading sites. So if they can make crypto that way, where they hold your assets securely and insure them, I don't know. And if there wasn't tax on crypto for over $250K, why wouldn't you want to use that stuff versus having to hide it and worry about your own security? Yeah, it sucks, but at the end of the day, it is what it is. The acting CFTC chair confirms the push launch leverage spot ETFs on regulated exchanges. Caroline Pham confirmed a report to CoinDesk. She's in talks with exchanges to launch spot crypto trading, including leverage trading. The products could launch on designated contract markets as soon as next month. She's expected to join MoonPay after being replaced. So there she goes, right from the CFTC chair, right to a private company in the space. Can't make this stuff up. But that's good. She's been good for the CFTC. And she came from Ripple, too. So now we're going to have, here it is right here. They held talks with the CFTC about regulated designated contract markets, DCMs, exchanges, a list that includes finance giants CME, CBOE futures, and ICE futures, along with crypto native firms like Coinbase Derivatives, Polymarket, about launching a spot crypto trading product involving margin, leveraging, and financing. Guys, things are about to change massively. You see how all the bullish news is? I thought this was funny. Spanish crypto influencer, Crypto Spain, detained on $300 million fraud and money laundering charges. What do you know? Another massive influencer getting arrested for running a Ponzi scheme. Guys, because there's no money in this market right now. Like what I do, telling you guys about the best cryptos to get into them early. How can I make money off that? Okay, you come and meet with me, you spend $100, we sit down, put together a plan for you to buy the assets, and then you watch my stream. If anything new comes up, you add it to your portfolio and you just hold. That's the secret. That's what all these $2,000 ultra alpha paid groups, that's all they do. If you're lucky. Most of them, they're going to just give you shit that they have massive parts of the supply or a project that someone gave them money to shill, and they're going to get you wrecked. So don't follow these guys. You're going to end up in jail with them. Sami, some juicy news. Bitcoin actually at 106. ETH at 3,600. Richard Hart, sacrifice project, Mr. Prove, coming. The technology will allow you to prove something you did, like buy, sell, transfer, and it does not show in crypto balances, addresses, or sensitive details. Basically a private OTC exchange where you have a coin I want. I send you a message, say, hey, man, I'll send you $800 out of my bank account for these coins. We agree to it. Smart contract does it. Boom. We're each happy. The U.S. government now holds $20 billion in crypto. Trump's tariff, we talked about that. BTC volatility getting very low over time. Michael Saylor hints at buying more Bitcoin. Bitcoin OG whales dumped a lot of Bitcoin, betting on the 4-year cycle. No, actually, that's not true. The 400,000 Bitcoin came from beyond, allegedly because of his divorce. So people don't know, guys. They assume things that happen to these other narratives. Yeah, they sold to Wall Street, obviously, because that's who's buying right now. Pakistan is weighing a rupee-backed stablecoin. Banks and payment giants are building stablecoin rails, retail coins, tokenized deposits, and settlement tokens. Nearly half of the ETF investors plan to buy a crypto ETF matching bonds at 45% in Schwab's survey. Zcash. Yep. I sold my 10. God dang it. What are we looking at Zcash for? Oh, the Richard stuff. All right. Yeah, whatever. Cool. Stronghold, guys. Don't I haven't been talking about it for a little bit, but don't sleep on it. If you don't own Stronghold, I highly suggest taking a look at it. Stronghold is a gem. They've been working with IBM since 2018. They built out a private stablecoin network for them. And IBM WorldWire has been on the blockchain the whole time. And Stronghold's been powering it. Stronghold's going to be getting into insurance on the blockchain. Guys, they're just going to come out of nowhere and just start to take over. With Swift switching to ISO, it could be the tipping point, especially for Stronghold. It was selected by Nacha as a preferred partner specifically to modernize the ACH network and bring ISO to the network. Within the Nacha preferred list, Stronghold is the only blockchain company with a token, and it performs the very important task of upgrading a legacy network to the modern messaging standard. That, my friend, is insane because this is America's domestic network that processes trillions in volume. Show me another like it, a company that is already verified in business with Nacha, one of the most regulated environments at the cost of the entire financial system upgrade and a low cap. I'll wait. I'll wait too, guys. I can't say anything else. If you don't know about Stronghold now, you got maybe a week before it starts sending, I hope. And yeah, this Camo Joe, this is for you. Uphold launched the ultimate XRP banking system. 10% cash back, XRP loans at a digital dollar. In an interview with Jake, Nancy Beaton revealed that they're basically turning Uphold Inc. into an XRP-powered banking alternative. Earn back 10% back in XRP. You read that right. Uphold just relaunched its debit card with up to 6% cash back on everything. And if you set up direct deposit, you can get another 4% back in XRP. Borrow, earn, and spend without selling your XRP. You can lend your XRP to earn yield or borrow against it and get a credit card to spend without liquidating anything. So imagine if you did that and the price kept going up for a couple of years. You could just keep spending and not have to pay back anything because the price keeps going up. If you're holding cash on Uphold, earning 4%, and it's FDI insured up to 2.5 million. Guys, the times are changing. All the stuff that's coming with Flare right now with the F assets, with FXRP, we've been talking about that for a while and how bullish it is. So here, another gem that you guys hopefully have huge bags of. QUBIC, GARTH, up to 33 now. Q Wallet, straight rug pulls. Guys, you got to be careful. Just because there's projects that got listed on here, it doesn't mean they're legitimate. Some of them are very sketchy. So you need to be very careful. You know, I don't even know what this Genesis coin is. Came out of nowhere. Q, no idea what that is. Coded, I heard, is legit. But man, QUBIC, guys, the founder is most likely Satoshi, or he knows who Satoshi is. Either way, it's insanely bullish. Like there's something going on there that just makes my spidey senses go off. And DYNEX, let's look at where's DYNEX at right now. What's the chart looking like? All right, it's over 4 cents. We had a nice little pump. Got out of that bottom nicely. And we have another 2 months before DYNEX is a security token. And what I think is going to happen is there's going to be people that do not want to register in KYC for it. So I feel like they're going to pump it up hard, you know, a day, 12 hours before the deadline so they can cash out at the top. And the people that are planning on holding they're not going to sell anyway. So I'm going to save a couple thousand coins in case it has a huge run up right before the migration. Because it could be a while till we get the tokens. So yeah, here's the transition to institutionalized security tokens and entry into global capital markets. DYNEX remains significantly undervalued compared to leading quantum pairs, which many are valued around 10 billion. DYNEX is in the process of issuing securities intended to be listed on major international stock exchanges. In parallel, DYNEX will move towards a fully transparent chain and is in process of launching an institutionalized security token. They anticipate the token to track the equity performance of DYNEX's proprietary quantum technology and IP portfolio. Hey guys, if you didn't know, DYNEX, they launched this chip right here, the Apollo chip. And I don't know exactly why it's so great. I haven't actually looked into it, the actual research behind it and why it's going to be so good, but their quantum as a service models that are coming are going to be crazy. All right, here we so it is January 30th is the deadline. So we got 2.5 months. So DYNEX could pump hard before. They're an award-winning leader in quantum-powered solutions, offering affordable, accessible, and scalable technology for quantum computing, underpinned by a robust commitment to integrity. DYNEX's quantum as a service tech leverages neuromorphic quantum computing emulations up to 1 million algorithmic qubits. Guys, the chat GBT and these ones I think are at like 100 qubits or 120. So this is doing 1 million. And every time you go up, every time you increase 1 qubit from like 100 to 101, you double the power. So imagine from going from 100 to 1 million, that's like a 1,000 doubles in power. So it's an ungodly amount. DYNEX's approach was radically different. Instead of consuming massive amounts of energy for meaningless hashes like traditional proof of work, DYNEX introduced proof of useful work. I don't know if they did it. Every computation performed on the networks solved real optimization problems, ranging from logistics to drug discovery to financial forecasting, and advanced AI modeling. Miners were no longer wasting electricity. They were contributing to progress while securing the chain. At the heart was a DYNEX solve algorithm, which harnessed GPU networks to emulate quantum behaviors such as tunneling, superposition, and parallelism. So DYNEX launched in September 2022. Wow, I didn't know that. I thought it was only a year old. So, guys, this is the one right here. DYNEX also pushed beyond software and emulation toward proprietary hardware. The DYNEX Apollo chip, a physical quantum chip, was announced as the next leap. Together with the quantum diffusion LLM, DYNEX is building a full stack solution that combined the best of classical computing, quantum simulation, and native quantum hardware. Basically, this is going to eat ChatGPT and Google and Meta, all their models. DYNEX crushes them. So I can't believe this thing is still this price right now. It blows my mind. This is a sleeping freaking gem. Yeah, we were talking about Stronghold. Why Stronghold acquired 2022 labs. Let's listen to this.
Good evening, my friends. Good evening, Stronghold family. Welcome to my new and to this massive dots. So today, on today's video, I'm going to explain in the most simple way some connections and some news bullet points for you to explain before the speech. So Stronghold bought a company called 222 labs some time ago. Their knowledge is now fully inside Stronghold.net. ISO 222 is the universal language for banks. Almost every bank in the world is switching to it. So now Stronghold and banks, we can say they speak the same language now. This means bank payments and blockchain transactions can talk to each other easily. Before this, banks and blockchains were like speaking different languages. Now they can translate instantly. The community voted earlier to open Stronghold.net APIs to developers. That means any developer can now test and build payment apps using this real banking blockchain connection. This is huge for businesses that makes them easier to use blockchain for real payments, and for developers that can build products faster. Also, it's brilliant news for the community and the holders because there is more usage, more growth, and more demand. And we have to say that institutions can now plug in without changing their systems. All this makes Stronghold.net not just blockchain project, but a financial bridge. Family, listen, something big just happened, and I need you to understand it in simple words. Stronghold just learned how to speak the same language as every major bank in the world. This language is called ISO 222. It is the standard banks use to send payment messages to each other. Now, Stronghold.net can translate between bank payments and blockchain transactions instantly, clearly, and correctly. Before this, banks and blockchain were like two people speaking different languages. They couldn't understand each other without a middleman. Now they can talk directly. And here's the part that matters even more. The community of Stronghold voted for this direction. You helped guys decide that Stronghold would open these tools and APIs to developers, which means starting now, and anyone can build with this. Anyone can create payment apps. Anyone can connect bank money to blockchain money. And that means growth. It means more usage, more business adoption, more transactions, more movement, more energy in the network. And yes, that's where SHX becomes powerful, because SHX is the reward layer, the settlement signal, the heartbeat of the network when money moves. Now, connect the dots. We have ACH and NACHA, the US banking rails. We have ISO 222, the global banking language. We have Stronghold.net, the bridge that links banks to blockchain. We have developers coming in now. They will build the apps that bring the volume. And we have SHX, the utility, the signal, the fuel that moves through the system.
Bullish AF. Guys, Stronghold, like I said, they've been working with IBM since 2018. All right, they have 1 million online merchants that are going to be using Stronghold.net. It's going to become a rewards token. We're probably going to be using it to pay. When the new Visa app launches next year, you're going to be able to scan a QR code. You go to a store, you pull out your phone, you scan it, and it's going to read all your wallets where you have all your assets, and it's going to ask you where you want to pay from, what coin, what wallet, and instantly it will settle in the currency that they want on the other end. It's going to be awesome, guys. And this thing's sitting at a penny. It just, I saw Matic last cycle. I saw Cardano, all these coins when they were down in the dumps, when no one wanted them, And these cryptos, compared to the shit we found in 2020, blow them away. Blow them away. So Stronghold, guys, do not sleep on it. It's an absolute gem. Oh, here we go. This is the one I wanted to watch with Tammy's newest video.
Just finished at Stronghold. Remember when we acquired 2022 Labs? The team that helped companies worldwide implement ISO 20022? We've now fully integrated their expertise across Stronghold Net. With their expertise now fully part of Stronghold, we're doing ISO 20022 for cross-border blockchain payments. What does this mean for Stronghold Net? It can now speak the same language as every major bank in the world. We're talking instant translation between traditional banking messages and blockchain transactions. And in a previous governance vote, the community helped shape the...
That wasn't it. That wasn't the video I wanted. It was one where she was talking about insurance. Media. Let's see if we can find it.
Hi everyone, Tammy Camp here, CEO of Stronghold. Today I'm sharing a strategic milestone that reflects our commitment to growth, innovation, and long-term value creation. This is about positioning SHX for the future. Buckle up. We're taking interoperability to the next level.
That wasn't it. It was a video about insurance.
We just got back from Korea and I had to share this with y'all. Korea just blew us away.
Nope, that's not it. Dang, where is it? Oh, well.
Blockchain introduces another level of efficiency, transparency, and trust to the escrow process. Let's look at how real estate transaction using blockchain-powered escrow might work. The buyer and the seller agree on the terms, which are then coded into the smart contract. Then the buyer transfers funds to the smart contract address on the blockchain where the funds can be secured. When all conditions such as property inspection and title transfer are met, the smart contract automatically releases funds to the seller. It's simple. This process gets rid of the need for a traditional escrow agent, reduces costs, and also mitigates the risk of potential disputes. Blockchain introduces...
So, guys, the insurance product she was talking about, she was saying, imagine if you got into an accident and you didn't need an adjuster anymore. You take pictures of everything, you submit it, and AI scans it all, and everybody has their payments and whatnot within like 24 hours. It was crazy to see. So Stronghold is just tapping into so many different things. Don't sleep on it. And finally, for QUBIC, Monero's up 20% today. And QUBIC's miners are on target to cash in. Monero rewards equal way more money to buy and burn QUBIC. At these depressed QUBIC prices, the next epoch burn could be massive. Plus, miners get fatter bonuses, more hash rate, more Monero. Flywheel engaged. This is what we want to see, guys. Let Monero pump. That helps out everybody. That's Hart's Law right there. And his QUBIC's not down that much. What is it? I saw it was green. Yeah, right up at 1,000. So where was it in that picture? Oh, he's looking at the 7-day. All right. Not the 24-hour. But regardless, QUBIC about to melt faces, guys. Come from beyond saying it could be in the top 10 this cycle. Finally, with Pulse Chain. Who's excited for PTGC and UFO? It's so cheap now. So current supply, 290 billion. They burned 42.6. Wow. And they got so much money in the DAOs. $5,000 to become a dolphin. Only 669 of them. With Squid, $500. But guys, when Pulse Chain starts to move, we know PTGC is going to outperform it. That's just how it works. Inc up 11%. Let's go. Like I said yesterday, talking to Fast, I think Inc is the flywheel for Pulse Chain. Once Inc gets expensive, people start farming for it. Now there's more TVL, more everything. Well, that's what we need to see. Green candles this week. And now that people can't track Richard's wallets anymore, I love it. Damn. Oh, P Maker up 28%. I only got a couple of them from my Pantheon NFT. Deck screen or see what else is doing good. We're at Bitcoin 370. Neon, yup, had a nice 32% pump today. So I'm glad to see another PTGC. Not clone, but similar type project. SCADA up 18%. I got out of P Hen and I put it into P Tiger. I'm rocking with the Tiger now. Where'd it go? I thought I had P Tiger. There it is, P Tiger. Yeah, $1.3 million market cap. So I swapped out my P Hen for it. But I made money on P Hen. So I made like $80 or something on it. So Peacock and P Tiger are the two that my DGen plays on Pulse Chain for the rest of the cycle. And obviously Morpheus. I created this candle right here. But the liquidity is so low on Pulse Chain that any big buys you got to make on Ethereum and then just bridge it over. But I think Morpheus is going to shock people because I know what's coming for it. On Ethereum, got 20K in liquidity. We want to bring this over to Pulse. So if you have liquidity in this pool, end it and bridge the Pulse Chain. Or I'm on bridge the Pulse Chain because DragonX, TitanX, everything's over there. But we need to start pairing with Pulse. We need our main liquidity with Morpheus to be with Pulse Chain, PLS, and the cores. We want to try to break the reliance to DragonX and TitanX. But once the buy and burns start coming on, we ain't got to worry. GPU just bought a little more. Honestly, I bought it yesterday. I finally got out in Noble Blocks, this DSci coin. I bought like $100 of it, and it's just been bleeding. It bled down to like $68, and GPU, my bag bled under 200, so I added a little bit to it, and I think this is going to go to back to dollars again. I mean, this thing was up at $3. I bought it at 4 cents back here. Got super lucky, ran up to $3, and I didn't take nearly as many profits as I should have. But on the next run up at $2, I sold a big chunk, so that was great. But if this ran this hard, I think it's going to run again. To be honest with you, I think GPU and Spectre are going to be two of the better performing low cap AI coins. And then on base, my two gems, Robot and Show. I think robotics is going to be a big narrative again. Or again, a big narrative moving forward with the AI. It's so new. It's got so much upside. So Robot and Show are the only two robotic coins I have. I think they're ready to break out. And again, the $1.5 million market cap and a $3 million market cap. So these things are micro gems or micro high risk gems, actually. But look at this chart. I mean, it consistently has pumps. And then you can take your profits and buy back in. Every pump came back down if you can just be patient and wait a couple days. But hopefully this one is where we really move. But again, that is going to rely on good old Ethereum. Top 100 looking good. Looking really good. I mean, we talk about Flare so much that's a dead horse at this point. You don't have your bag loaded. There's only 3 airdrops left. So you missed out on a majority of the free tokens from the last 3 years of airdrops, which I can't believe that they're ending in January. Time flies in these crypto markets. Where's Trading View? Go look at ETH. That's what we need this week. We need to see ETH make a nice move to 4K tomorrow. Honestly, ETH break 4K tomorrow. There's people are going to wake up, see these announcements. ETFs are going to start launching next week. The government's back. QT's ending. What else can we ask for, guys? Everything's setting up so perfectly. So if you're worried right now, don't be. The last shakeout on the 10th of October, that rinse, the only reason things got so ugly is because of the lack of liquidity in the market. If there was more liquidity, it would have been a normal 10, 15% little dip. And instead, we got full-blown capitulation. And these altcoins are down at prices they have no right being. So a clear pool is at what, 5 cents or something, which is just absolutely all right. So it's back to 6.3, but it was under 5 cents a couple days ago, which is mind-blowing to me. Yep, we came down to 4.8. So if you were able to buy there, I mean, it hasn't been that price since Jesus, 2023. November 2023. So look what happened after that. We did a 8x. Well, actually from the bottom at like a penny, did about a 32x. But I think this move right here, that dip, it just happened right here. Again. And then after that, we had the little mini dip and then rocketed. So I think we're right at that spot now. We had the mini dip and now we should start to take off by Christmas. Altcoins should be running full bore. But we play week by week. We'll see what happens. That's all I got for tonight. Just want to come on, show you how bullish the news is. Reinforce that all these gems we're in are actually going to perform. So don't get fudded out. If you're questioning stuff right now, that's okay. If your coins haven't been performing like you thought, that's how you're supposed to feel. These things are hyper suppressed right now. They have no reason being at these super low levels, but that's opportunity if you can zoom out and see it and be like Warren Buffett and these savages that come and scoop the lows. And in 6 months from now, it's a complete different world we're living in. We're going to be thinking it's the super cycle. Look, the 4-year cycle is over. This is going to run forever. And that's not the case. We're going to have another nasty correction, another bear market, but we'll be able to take profits, hopefully, and get rich in the meantime. And I think this is going to run until easily March or April of next year. The institutions are driving this. Why would they crash the market once everyone's FOMOing in and everyone's making money in DeFi? All these assets are becoming tokenized on chain. All the borrowing, lending, all these credit cards, they're going to incentivize people to keep their money on the blockchain with exchanges, with certain companies. So we'll see what happens. But something just tells me that all the AI vaporware on Wall Street, the stock market, everything's just so overcooked that an everything bubble is near. But I don't know when it's going to be. No one does. So we play it day by day. We position ourselves the best we can with the information we have to prepare for what's coming. So smash that like button, guys, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah. Up in the building. Yeah, we lighting up the scene. Crypto gems on radar, chasing every dream. Do your own research, that's the golden theme. We bring the facts, no cap, we keep it clean. Scrolling through the charts, got my eyes on the rise. Vibra got the info, got me feeling so wise. No hype, just the truth, yeah, we cutting through lies. Sharpen knowledge on the daily, watch the profits multiply. From Bitcoin to the altcoins, we digging for gold. Community so strong, never do what you're told. That's the motto, let the story unfold. We ain't selling you a dream, just the facts to behold. Vibra finance, shining in the night. Crypto gems, yeah, we find them right. Do your research, keep the future bright. Vibra got your back, we ignite your flight. No pump and dump, just the realest advice. We break it all down, make it simple and nice. Every tip, every trick, got you rolling the dice. But with knowledge in your pocket, you can win every price. Vibra finance, shining in the night. Crypto gems, yeah, we find them right. Do your research, keep your future bright. Vibra got your back, we ignite your flight. So when you're lost in the crypto sea, Vibra is the light, come vibe with me. Stay smart, stay sharp, and you'll always see the best gems shine with transparency.